So, we will be taking through this presentation of delay analysis. So, let us go through this training module. What is actually delay analysis? Construction projects are often subject to delays, irrespective of whether the contractor is or not to blame. A delay claim for one day or however number of days are involved means the construction scheduled for that day was not completed, which could have served financial implication and adversely affect the project's progress. Delay analysis identifies why delays occur on a construction project and the impact they are expected to have on the overall program. The outcome of the analysis may lead to legal action brought by one party or the contract. So, what we can actually see is that a delay analysis is sometimes referred to as something in which the timely deadlines are not met. So, at that point of time, being that deadline was set because of some or the other things to blame, be it in the internal factors or the external propositions, the construction projects or whatever project was taken in hand was not actually completed. So that is where the delay comes into position. Who is responsible for this delay? Like, delays in construction can be the contractor's fault, because of insufficient labor on site or those who have gone for hartals or something. If any kind of unruly situation occurs in the site. Next is cash flow issues, like if the monetary schemes are not properly met, inadequate project planning where the top management often fails to have their proper guidelines issued, and also the situation where it is not the contractor's fault, like unusual weather conditions, which is not in the hands of the contractor, it is a natural circumstance. Interruption in material supply, particularly if material is imported, like because of the rules change of the labor countries. So in that case, the material import policy also changes. Strikes, conflicting or missing information in contract documents, like if your paperwork is not properly done, there arises some issues in giving out your materials or other kinds of things. Failure to give the contractor possession of the site. So because of these delays, actually it hampers the clients, the construction managers who are involved in the project for days and weeks, and because all the resources are constituted for this particular project, any kind of time loss would actually result in a huge loss to the contractors, the managers who are involved, the workers, because they could have utilized this time in some other project as well. So it results in a delay, of course. So, who is responsible for delay? Like, irrespective of who is at fault, such delays may have a critical financial impact on the project. When they occur, they represent a deviation from the planned program of work, and the contractor may be able to seek a time extension to compensate for the delay. Like in this case, they can submit a claim to the client outlining the cause and reasons for the delay. The client or an agent acting on behalf of the client must then evaluate whether the claim is justified and whether the contractor is entitled to the compensation. Analyzing who is at fault for the delay is a highly complex process and one which may lead to disputes. So, the delay, before actually putting the blame over someone else, it is of a high priority to know what has led to the disputes, what has not gone as per the planning. With this, we can actually come to a point where there can be roads open for having much awaited of the plans, and then we can move to a situation where we can handle the wrongdoings and we can go for better segment opportunities, and then we can have this delay minimized to a greater extent and have the project or the construction back into its place. So In this way, the delay can be handled to an extent. So next is the delay analysis methodologies. Like there are now numerous forensic schedule analysis methods that can be used to quantify delays that occur during a project. The most common delay analysis methods are as first is impacted as planned. The impacted as planned analysis involves the insertion of delay events into a baseline or as planned schedule to determine the hypothetical impact of such events. This method involves modifying the baseline or as planned schedule to include new activities and logic to represent delay events. The difference between the project completion rate in the impacted as planned schedule and the original as planned schedule quantifies the delay. This methodology is simple and does not require an as-built schedule. However, it is considered a hypothetical model as it does not rely on the as-built data. Next is the collapsed as-built. The collapsed as-built analysis is essentially the opposite of an impacted as-planned analysis. This method involves removing delay events from the as-built schedule to determine when the project should have completed, but for the delay events, this methodology is easy to understand and does not require an as-planned schedule or contemporaneous schedule updates. However, it can be manipulated with the insertion of after-the-fact logic ties and delay events. Next is as planned versus as built. The as planned versus as built analysis is a simple technique used to compare the baseline or as planned schedule to the as built schedule or a schedule update reflecting process. This method compares planned start and finish dates with the actual start and finish dates of activities on the as planned critical and near critical paths. This identifies delayed starts, extended durations, and late finishes. This method is most effective on simple projects with short durations and one clear critical path that remains consistent throughout the entire project. Its accuracy diminishes as the actual critical path deviates from the planned schedule. So the responsible person to manage delay, that is project owners and their representatives, construction and project managers, contractors and subcontractors, design professionals, attorneys. Next is benefits of the delay management. Recognize the basis of claims and how the quality of the documents affects EPC analysis. Understand the delay overcome practice and how to implement it. Understand the different delay analysis methodologies, their strengths and weaknesses. Learn how to appropriately choose and properly implement the delay analysis methodologies. Understand supporting analysis techniques such as productivity analysis. Also, to be continued, that is, learn how to determine entitlement to a claim, responsibility for delay and quantify the delay. Understand how to present findings from an analysis. Use hands-on delay analysis to better understand the implementation. So with this, we have concluded our presentation. Thank you for your patient listening.